92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm going to start today's second date update by saying this is possibly the worst mistake we have ever heard of happening in a second date update.
Really?
And it didn't even happen on the date. But something terrible happened. Before I tell you what it is, first I want to introduce you to Anthony, who is on the phone with us right now. He wants us to call a girl named Shannon. Anthony, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm okay. Hey, guys.
I'm already nervous to talk to you.
I'm going to let you tell everybody what happened and the reason that you think you're not getting a call back in just a second. But first, why don't we talk a little bit about the girl that you want us to call? How did you meet Shannon?
Well, I met her at a house party. It's like she came with a group of friends that were friends with our friend.
Okay.
And, like, as soon as we got introduced, we just started talking, and, like, we're just basically paired up from the get-go.
So when did you guys go out? Or is that the night that you met and then you haven't talked to her since that night?
No. So we went. Well, she had to leave early from the party because she's taking classes at community college. So she's like, I have to go study for this class tomorrow. But I was like, okay, well, can we hang out again? And she was like, yeah, if you want to just meet me before my class. So it was like already like, let's hang out the next day.
Wait, that doesn't even sound like a date, though.
No, it was definitely a date. I mean, it wasn't like a long date. We just met for coffee for like half an hour, but.
Okay.
I mean, that's what was so awesome about her is it was like there was like no play games type things. It was just like we immediately like each other, like we want to hang out. We like a lot of the same things. She was just like so cool.
So you guys even discussed your feelings for each other already?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I really like her. I think I maybe said that, but I mean, she was saying it too. It wasn't like it would mean we were hitting it off.
It's a really efficient 30-minute date.
Yeah. You sound nervous, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, I really like her. I just haven't like felt like that about a girl in a long time. She's just like very cool, very chill. Like, I mean, like it just seemed like it was going to be something serious.
I want to hear you tell everybody what happened and why you think you're not getting a call back.
Jubal says this with a smile on his face, which makes me so nervous.
It's understandable why you are a little anxious to do a second date update on this issue, because if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't even be trying to get a hold of her. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It's that
bad? Yeah, I think it's that bad.
Oh, sad.
All right, tell everybody what happened, man.
Okay, so the next day, I texted her, hey, do you want to hang out later on? And she says, I can't. I'm in school all day. How about tomorrow?
Okay.
So then I texted her back, oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to come to your class.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't hear back from her. So later that night, I look at my phone to be like, why isn't she text me back? And I realize my phone auto-corrected, I was hoping to come to your class. To, I was hoping to on your.
Oh my God!
No, it didn't.
Are we allowed to say that?
Autocorrect ever.
Did you immediately apologize? What'd you do?
Yeah. When I realized what I had done, I was horrified.
Yeah, you think?
Of course.
I mean, this was like several hours later. It was like at night, and I was like, why isn't she responding? So,
yeah. Apparently she wasn't hoping the same thing you were hoping that night.
Oh, my gosh.
So after you realized it, how many times have you tried to let her know that it was an autocorrect thing?
Like 4. I mean, like I immediately was like panicked. So I texted her like, oh my god, autocorrect.
Anthony, I'm worried about what you're typing into your phone if that's what the autocorrect is.
I have stuff that comes up like that all the time on my phone, things that I text back and forth with friends. Now, it wouldn't be so bad if you would have texted autocorrect right away, but this was hours after you'd sent that text.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was like several hours later. It was like,
Could you imagine?
Like, why isn't she responding? So I looked, and then was like, oh my god, and then immediately was like, sorry.
I'm imagining her face when she read that text, just like, I'm texting with the guy that I met last night. It's so cool. Oh man, he's such a nice. Oh my god.
And Anthony, you swear you didn't do that on purpose and are now just trying to cover it up with an autocorrect excuse.
I swear I would never. Like, I mean, it was absolutely. I didn't realize it was like it's like the worst thing. I was totally panicked about it, and like now. She won't even, like, respond.
You're a forward guy, but I don't feel like you'd be that forward. to just say that to her.
No.
I don't know. Dude, I don't know if I would believe a guy if he told me that he was just joking hours later. I would think, oh, I didn't respond, and now he wants to play it off like it was a joke.
Yeah,
if it was at night, it may be different. If it was like 1 a.m., it'd be different, though. In the middle of the day...
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, you didn't respond for like a little while after you sent that message. That's the thing that makes it look like you meant to do that. Have you been trying to call her?
Yeah, I've tried to call her, and it just goes to voicemail. I left her a voicemail, but like now it's like, I don't want to be a stalker, but if, that's why I want to do this. Second date update, because if you call from a different number, maybe she'll pick up.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
And then you can just explain yourself and see if she believes you. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update.
All right.
All right, just hang on. Don't go texting anybody while you're on hold, all right?
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Anthony. You know what I think about your situation?
What's that?
Now, you say that you texted this girl something and it autocorrected to something horribly wrong that you would not want to send to somebody. But I think you did it on purpose. Yeah,
No.
I think you're a pervert, Anthony.
No way.
And I appreciate that. I like that about you. That's why I'm hoping I can get you a second date. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Anthony is on the phone with us. Basically what happened is after they went out, they were texting back and forth. He asked her if she could hang out that day. She said she was in school. Anthony meant to text her, I was hoping I could come to your class. Mm-hmm. It autocorrected to, I was hoping I could on your...
Why did you say it again? I want to hear it again.
Well, I gotta...
It's so bad.
I have to explain to the listeners how horribly wrong things went for Anthony. He didn't realize that it autocorrected until a couple hours later because he put his phone in his pocket, then has tried to explain since then that it was an autocorrect mistake. He's even tried to call her. She won't answer the phone. He's hoping that he can get through to her using our phone since it's a different number. Hopefully she can answer, and then he can see if she'll listen to you. Anthony, any final thoughts before I dial her phone number?
No, I'm really nervous. I really want this to work out. We have to convince her it was a misunderstanding,
I think you've got this. I mean, you seem like a sincere guy, and you said that there was a true connection between you two. I mean, if there really was that sort of spark, I think that she'd believe you eventually.
If there was a real spark, she would have texted back.
Well,
yeah,
maybe
sounds
that's
like
right.
a plan. Let's do it.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure. All right, Anthony, I'm going to call her right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is this Shannon?
Yeah, this is Shannon.
Hey, Shannon, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Do you have a second to talk?
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio program.
Okay. What is this?
I'm calling you because I have a very important issue to talk to you about.
Okay.
You recently went out with one of our listeners, and you haven't been calling him back since your date. So he emailed us. He kind of wants to apologize. His name is Anthony.
Nope.
That was quick.
Shannon?
Just hear him out.
Shannon? Shannon? She hung up.
God.
Dude, it can't.
Anthony, you there?
Yeah.
You want me to try back?
Yeah. I want to at least be able to explain.
I just mentioned your name, and she said nope and hung up.
She obviously thinks I meant to do that, and I didn't.
Here's what we're going to do, Anthony, okay? I'm going to try her back, but I'm not going to talk at the beginning of it. As soon as she answers, you try to talk to her. See if she'll stay on the phone with you. I mean,
Okay.
I mentioned your name, and she was, like, gone in a second, but maybe you can get her to stay on. I don't know. You want to try it that way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be
All right.
prepared to rapid apologize.
Yeah, dude, quick.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll do my best.
All right.
You got this, buddy.
Look, I hung up for a reason. I don't want to talk about this with you guys.
Shannon, this is Anthony. Don't hang up, okay? Don't hang up for 2 seconds.
What?
Can I just talk to you for 2 seconds? Just please don't hang up.
No, I know.
You're mad about the text, right? You're mad about the text message?
Yes,
It was a
I'm
total
mad about the
accident.
text.
You have to know that, right? Please believe me. It was a total accident. I would never do that. I would never say that.
You know what? No, I'm sorry. I don't buy the
No.
autocorrect.
Look,
You
it was a really.
waited
I would
6
never. I would never say I'm gonna on your ass. Like that's ridiculous. I would never.
Oh my God! Don't even say it out
Listen,
loud.
I wanted to. It was a total accident.
Look, you're grossing me out. I already had to live with staring at it on my phone for 3 hours.
It was a total accident. I didn't mean to. Like, please, will you just give me another shot? I would never do that on purpose. My phone auto-corrected it. I mean, we had a great time before that, right? We had a great time at the coffee shop. It seemed like we really like each other. I mean, like, I felt like this was going somewhere. I felt like this could work.
I mean, I thought we had a great time, and then imagine reading that from somebody and just being like, oh, he's just like every other douchebag, you know?
Hey, Shannon, I believe Anthony that it was a mistake. We talked to him for a little while.
Yeah.
He was super nervous to call you.
The things that he said about you before we made this phone call, Shannon, were all positive. Nothing was. Normally we talk to dudes, and I'm the first one to admit this is the way I feel about a girl. Like every time, be like, "Oh man, she was hot." He didn't even say that about you. He just talked about how he liked talking to you and stuff. So, I believe that he wouldn't be the type of dude to shoot out something of that magnitude
Bad language
in like your
choices.
first few text exchanges.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but you have to put yourself in my shoes. I mean, I was completely shocked when I got that text.
Yeah,
And it
I
wasn't
think.
like in the middle of the day. It was like at 9 o'clock at night, and then 3 hours later, at midnight, he tells me autocorrect. I mean, that's just booty call time.
Wait, I thought this was during the day that he texted you this.
No, this was nighttime.
Oh, all right.
no.
You know, okay, now, Shannon, I can understand you're thinking a little better because if it happened at noon, all right. Most guys are thinking about that at noon, but most guys are not saying it at noon. At 9 o'clock at night, there's a chance that somebody could say that.
Yeah.
And then your next text was at like midnight?
Yeah.
So,
Anthony, are you telling the truth?
I'm absolutely telling the truth. The only I didn't realize. I only looked at my phone later because I thought, why isn't she responding?
Yeah, but you never told us that this happened at night. It would be
know.
more understandable that she would be shocked by it, like if it was like 9 o'clock at night that you're trying to get with her now.
That's an
at the
important
moment.
detail of the story left
Yeah.
out.
I don't know why it matters when I sent it. It's a text message. Like, I feel like I'm on trial here. Like, I'm
Anthony-
really like having to prove myself innocent of something I'm not guilty of. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. It was my phone.
You're not on trial, Anthony. If you did it on purpose and you told me you did it on purpose, I would still have your back. So I think it's awesome. Shannon, do you believe, Anthony, that it was a mistake, though?
I mean, I don't know. I'm still recovering from this. I mean, but based on, the tone of his voice and what you guys have said.
Here, Anthony, how about this? Ask Shannon out on another date. See if she'll go out with you again. And then you can hear it from Anthony, and you can decide if he's hiding some sort of pervertedness.
Yeah. There's no chance of
Underneath it
you
all.
auto-correcting this time.
Shannon, I'm really sorry. It was a total mistake. It was an accident. I'm a great guy, and I really like you. I would love to take you out again if you would give me another chance.
oh, you gotta say yes to that, Shannon. Come on.
But why does your phone already autocorrect to that?
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's a good point.
I don't know why. I have no idea. I promise it was an accident. Just give me one more chance, please. It's a total misunderstanding.
Shannon, I will pay for a second date if you'll go out and give Anthony another try.
Come on.
I just don't want this to happen again. So if we go out, you're not allowed to send me text.
And no text rule. All right, so
That seems fair.
you will go out with Anthony, give it another shot.
Yeah. Yes. And
Yes,
let's see what
thank
happens.
you.
Yes.
Oh, look at that little lovebirds.
Congratulations, Anthony. You got your second date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for helping.
Shannon, good luck with everything, okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank
Hey,
you guys.
Shannon, I am going to send you a congratulatory text after this. There might be a few autocorrect.
No.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today says the girl that he met and the girl that he wants to call bonded over an instrument. Probably the sexiest instrument known to man. The banjo.
Oh.
That's right.
Hey.
He says that's how he struck up a conversation with the girl that he wants to call today. I guess they are big fans of the banjo.
And when you said sexy, I was immediately thinking bagpipes. So
Really?
thank you for clarifying for me.
Those are probably the top two sexy instruments. But this time it involves banjos. So, Sean, how does one bond over a banjo? What happened?
I was at a show with a band. They had a banjo player, and I was really digging the guy. And at one point I said out loud, "Oh my God, this guy's so good." And there was a girl next to me. I wasn't there with her. I hadn't talked to her, but she heard me, and she just turned to me and said, "Oh my God, yeah, I love this guy."
Yeah.
And then that's how it happened.
And who doesn't
Yeah.
think a good banjo player is impressive?
I mean, it is always
It is always impressive, yeah, but never like, man, this banjo's making me horny. Anybody else? Over here, sir. It's making me feel it too. Is that what happened?
Oh yeah, she got all hot and bothered.
I bet. So tell us more about the evening. What was her name?
Juliana.
Juliana. All right.
So we ended up talking a little bit. Of course, you can't really talk too much during the show. And I was there with some friends. She was there with some friends of hers, but we both just kind of ditched them.
Nice.
All right.
That's pretty good. That's a good
And
sign.
Ballsy on her part to just ditch her friends and go with random banjo lover.
Well, you know, how often do you find a fellow banjo lover?
Yeah.
So afterwards, we ended up going to a bar nearby.
And how was that?
It was great. You know, we hung out, had a drink. We were just talking and chatting and laughing a lot. And, in fact, we were both surprised when, after, I don't know, a little while, 20 minutes or so, the bartender actually asked how long we had been dating.
Oh, so your chemistry was that good that it seemed like you guys were a thing.
Yeah. So we laughed and were like, well, I guess if this counts as a date, we've been dating for about an hour now.
That's awesome.
Sweet. Did she like that answer? Did she seem okay with it being called a date?
She was cool with it. You know, it was kind of awkward for both of us. But since it wasn't either of us that caused the awkwardness, we both just kind of laughed it off. And yeah, she seemed fine with it.
And this was your actual date, right? You didn't go out with her.
No, we just met and kind of decided to hang out for a minute.
Okay. And how long was your guys' hangout that night?
Well, we were there for maybe half an hour or so, and then I did something stupid. I spilled my drink on myself. You know, as we're laughing and talking and having a good time.
Okay.
It's okay. We all have spasms like that when we laugh. So was the date over then when you dumped your drink on yourself?
No, because she mentioned that she lived close by there. And I said, you know, I really wanted to hang out with her more, but not like covered in this sticky alcohol. I said, look, I don't want to be forward. I'm not trying anything, but would you mind if we went back to your place and I could kind of clean myself up a little bit?
Oh my God. How big of a drink were you drinking?
That's a whole picture.
I mean, I've spilled a lot of drinks on myself and just been fine with it.
Well, it was red wine. You know, you don't want to let it sit for too long.
Okay.
So was your idea to go back to her place and then take your shirt off?
Yeah, exactly.
And sit there and talk to her without a shirt on?
Or maybe borrow one of her frocks.
I was thinking just like go and, you know, wash it off in the sink and then put it back on again and let it be damp. And I'll be honest, I didn't really think it through that far, all right?
You were totally just using it as an excuse to go back to her place.
That would have been nice. I wasn't, though. I really did want to sit there in a wine-stained shirt.
Did you guys go back to her place, or was she like, nah, that's good, we'll go out a different time?
No, she was fine with it. So we did. We went back to her place, and, you know, I cleaned myself up as best I could, and she said, hey, do you want another drink? So we ended up hanging out at her place and having a couple drinks.
And then, oops, I spilled one on my pants now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Didn't see that one coming.
See, now I wish I had had that level of forethought and tried that, but I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. So you guys just hung out and talked for a while?
Yeah, and I'd had enough to drink by that point. I didn't really feel comfortable driving home, so I ended up crashing on her couch.
Okay.
But she was in her bed. I was in the couch. No funny business. Everything was cool. But we'd had a really good time.
So what was it like in the morning? Did she wake you up?
Well, I woke up before she did, and I didn't want to wake her up. I wanted to let her sleep, you know, as long as I could. So I left, thinking that was the considerate thing to do.
Was there a note left behind or anything?
Yeah, I left her a little note, said, hey, didn't want to wake you, had a great time, hope we can hang out again. And I haven't heard back from her since then.
Okay, so what do you think might have gone wrong?
Either she just wasn't having as good a time as I thought she was, or maybe she thought it was rude or something that I left without saying goodbye, even though I was trying to be, as considerate as I could. So I don't know.
Okay. All right, well, we'll figure it out for you. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just tuning in, Sean, who's on the phone to do a second date update today, just gave every dude listening a great idea on how to get back to a lady's house. Just spill drinks on yourself nonstop. Because that's what he did on his date. He met a girl at a show, they bonded over the banjo player, and then they went to a bar after and were having some drinks, and he spilled his drink on himself. And then he was like, oh man, now I need to take my shirt off and clean it. Can we go back to your place? And she said yes. So apparently it's a tactic that works. Sean, I still think you did that on purpose.
I wish I had, and from now on I will, if this works anyway.
Do you think, if a guy said that to me, I would obviously think he wanted to get it on at my house and was using it as an excuse. Maybe she was disappointed that you didn't try anything.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe I was too tipsy to pick up on that by that point. I didn't think I was. Who knows?
Sean actually spent the night at her house and then left her a note saying that he had a good time and then tried to get a hold of her after, but hasn't heard anything from her. I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can get her on the phone and find out why. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Juliana, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Juliana, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who's this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, what is this?
It's a radio show.
Is this a scam? Are you trying to sell me something? I'm going to hang up.
No, I'm not trying to sell you
It'd be
anything at all.
awesome if we were.
One of our listeners actually emailed us about you.
Okay.
His name is Sean, and he's a guy that you sort of went on a date with recently.
Oh.
That went down.
Right.
Whoa.
So you remember hanging out with Sean.
Yeah, I remember him.
It doesn't sound like you fondly remember him.
You could say that.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
He has great memories of you.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he emailed us. Sean wants to know why you're not calling him back.
I think he's a sketchball. Is that a good enough reason?
What?
Really?
No.
I mean, we talked to him. I thought he was dorky at worst, but a nice guy.
So he called you? What did he say?
Well, I don't want to tell you because you sound mad.
It wasn't anything bad.
I want to know. I want to know. What did he say?
Well, he said that he met you at some show and you guys were bonding over the great banjo player that they had. And then you went to then you went to a bar after.
Whoa.
And he spilled a drink on himself and asked if he could go back to your place to kind of clean his shirt up or something.
Which we all said had to be an excuse to just get over to your place, but he swore up and down it wasn't.
So I guess he didn't mention to you that he's a thief.
What?
Whoa. A
No.
Yeah, he's a kleptomaniac.
He didn't
What did
drop that.
Yeah, he didn't tell us that he likes to steal things.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the next morning, I was in my room. He was on the couch. I heard some rustling in the hallway, and it was 5 a.m. or something. And then I heard a door close. So I called out. I was like, Sean, hello? No answer. So I got up, walked out into the hallway. I looked around. I checked the couch. He wasn't there. He was gone. But I saw that the closet door in my hallway was open, where I keep my coats and stuff.
Okay.
And he had put his coat there.
Uh-huh.
So I went over to close it, and his coat was gone. That makes sense, I guess, if he was gone. But then all of my hangers were gone, too.
What? All of your...
Yeah, all of my empty hangers that were just hanging in my closet were gone.
What?
And they were there. They were there before he came. So, yeah, he's a thief.
Wait,
Oh.
you're accusing him of stealing coat hangers from your house?
I'm not assuming that happened. I know that happened. He did it.
You sound very angry about these hangers being taken.
Would you be angry if you invited someone back to your house after a really nice date and then found out that they stole things from you? Yeah, I think you'd be.
Yeah, but
I guess, but I don't know why hangers just doesn't hit me that hard.
me neither. It's so weird.
They're my things. I only just met. We hung out for a couple hours. And I invited him back to my place. What the man? Why would you take my hangers?
Yeah, it's a really valid question.
It makes no sense. It's weird and sketchy and dumb.
Yeah, it is.
You didn't notice anything else missing from your house. It was just the hangers.
You keep saying my hangers like it's not a big deal, but but he just took them. He didn't leave a note. He didn't say anything about it. He just took my hangers. That is weird, man.
Yeah, I guess it is weird. I don't know why you would take hangers. Don't you want to know why he would?
Hangers?
Don't you know why he would want to steal your hangers?
It's such a strange...
No, I don't care why he did it. I don't care how he tries to excuse himself. He's lucky I didn't call the police.
Oh, that would be a call.
Yeah, I'd love to see him get arrested for that.
Yeah.
That's terrible, though, right?
I probably, you probably could get him arrested. I'm kind of wondering why he would steal your hangers. So I think we should ask him, Juliana, because he's on the phone listening right now and wants to talk to you.
What? This is a setup?
Well, I don't like that word. It's a dirty way to describe it, but yeah, kind of. Sean?
Hey, Juliana.
Wow. I didn't know you were on the phone, but since you are, what the hell were you thinking?
It's a great question.
Okay, this is a big misunderstanding.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah? What's the misunderstanding? You took my hangers and what? What's the misunderstanding?
Okay, yeah, I took some hangers. I'm sorry. Honestly,
okay,
for one
so you
thing...
did take them. Oh my God, how was there a misunderstanding there?
That is so weird.
All right, Juliana, just calm down. Hear me out, okay? There's actually a really good reason why I took the hangers.
There is no good reason why you would take my hangers.
Yeah, I'm interested in hearing the reason, too. I think everybody is.
And how many hangers are we talking about right now? Like 3 or 12?
It was probably around 15 or so, but okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hangers.
Dude.
Here's the thing. I just moved into a new apartment. My hangers are all in a box somewhere. I don't know where. Everything I own is in boxes except for all my clothes that are in a pile on my kitchen table. So I was thinking, all right, I was getting my coat out of the closet, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, here's all these hangers. If I just grab a handful and take them with me, it'll make my life so much easier for the next few days. And then when I see her again, I'll bring them back because I'll have my life together a little bit more by that point. And I'll say, hey, you probably didn't even notice these were gone, but I borrowed some of your hangers. I hope that's cool. I was thinking you'd think it was charming and funny.
What? No, that is so weird. You thought that stealing my hangers would make me actually want to see you again? Or surprising me with the fact that you stole my things would be exciting and charming? That makes no sense.
Juliana, I didn't steal anything, okay? I just borrowed something with every intention of giving it back. I'll bring them back today if you want, and it's 15 plastic coat hangers that I didn't think you'd even notice were gone.
Borrowing is when you ask someone usually that you know, or you can't just meet someone and then take their things and think it's okay and that you'll bring it back. What if I didn't see you again?
Well, we'd had such a good time, I thought you were probably going to want to hang out again. And,
Well, that's really annoying, too, that you would just assume that. And so take my things, and that's your reasoning. That is so stupid.
Okay, yeah, it was kind of inconsiderate. I probably should have said something about that on the note I left you. So I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
Honestly, at this point, I don't even care. Just keep the hangers. Whatever.
Juliana, I mean, do you think your anchor's maybe a little bit out of control on this one?
No, you don't go on a first date with someone. We just met that night. You don't. What, is that going to win someone over by taking their things?
He just
what does that mean for future things? Is every time he comes over, if we hang out again, he's going to take something else?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Like all of a sudden your silverware's missing. Just a couple forks, though.
Yeah,
I moved.
Yeah, not gonna lie, but that's indicative of kleptomaniac tendencies. What the hell? I don't want to be around someone like that.
I think we're getting carried away here.
Juliana, you think you're maybe blowing this a little bit out of proportion for 15 plastic coat hangers? I mean,
No, I'm not blowing anything out of proportion. They're my things.
Okay.
Hey, Juliana, you're clearly fired up about this, and I think you two should get together and talk outside of this phone call. Would you like to go on a second date with?
So.
No, would you like to go on a second date with Sean? We'll pay for it.
I don't care how fast you say it. I'm not doing it.
What if I say it this fast? Would you go on a second date with him? What if it's that fast?
Stop!
Come on, give him a chance. He's dumb with social graces, maybe, but he doesn't sound like a bad person.
Well, dumb with social graces is not that attractive. I don't know. This is weird.
Look, whether you want to hang out again or not, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you what. I'll come back to your place tonight. I'll bring back your hangers, and I'll bring you a new set of new hangers.
No, you don't.
Did you hear that, though? He said he'd bring a brand new set.
Oh, that's
Juliana.
an upgrade. You're right, Jubal.
I swear to God, if you come over tonight with those hangers, I'm going to shove them inside you.
Oh,
Okay.
that was aggressive.
You never know. That could be even more incentive for him to come over.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, that Julia woman from the second date update, only 2 words come to mind. Whack job.
Yeah, very high pitched, man. When she gets mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except I kind of agree with her, though. I don't think she's that much of a whack job, really.
Yeah. I mean, just because it's hangers doesn't mean it's not weird that he took something.
You don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about today's second date update. This dude named Sean wanted to call Juliana. That's her name. And she wasn't calling him back because he stole hangers from her. I know it sounds weird. Yeah, he woke up in the morning, took some hangers, and she was really mad about it. Now, she did kind of freak out a little too much. Maybe kind of be like, why would you take my hangers, instead of calling him like a thief and yelling at him a bunch. But she agreed to never go out with him again. She doesn't ever want to see him again because he's a kleptomaniac and a thief.
I'm so unorganized, I wouldn't even know if he stole a bunch of my hangers.
Yeah, I'd have no idea.
I know, I'm like, I'll take them.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do... Excuse me, man.
How you doing over there? A little
Excuse me. There you go, man. All you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Are you looking for the thrill of your life? With Zadart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company, you can book a Lamborghini, Ferrari, and more. Visit Zadart.com, ZADART.com to book your exotic car ride.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Second date updates can be about a lot of things. They can be about a love that somebody feels like they have lost, that walked out of their life. They can be about righting a wrong on a date.
Yeah.
Just calling up to say, I'm sorry, that was bad. Yeah. And sometimes they can just be about getting your money back.
Oh, whoa, we've never had a refund date before.
That's why Evan is on the phone today to do a second date update. Evan wants his money back. What's up, Evan?
Hey, guys. I'm all right, I'm just looking to get my cash back.
Wait, before we go any further, we're not talking about any illegal prostitution deal that went wrong, right?
No prostitution. This is just food. I'm looking to get paid back for some grub I did not know I was spending money on.
You know how many dates I've been on, Evan, where I spent a bunch of money on dinner? I'm like, man, I wish I could get my money back. So kudos to you for using our radio show to do that.
Yeah, it's the only thing I could think of.
Well, let's start by talking about the girl that you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name is Chrissy.
Chrissy, okay. And how did you meet Chrissy?
I met Chrissy because she's a local at the bar I frequent, kind of like my watering hole,
Okay,
nice.
So you've run into her before, or was that the first time you've met her is when you asked her out?
We've run into each other before.
Okay.
All right, and then how did you ask her out finally?
Well, one day I came to go get a drink after work, and she just sat down next to me. And I'd always thought she was cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, we're grabbing a drink and chatting.
Okay. And where'd you guys go on your date?
We went to this Greek restaurant.
So how did dinner go?
Well, I got to be honest with you guys. We were having a good time until we sat down for dinner. And I should note, she asked to meet me directly at the restaurant instead of picking her up, which was, seems a little more like the typical course of action.
Sure.
And we sit down at dinner, and she orders every appetizer on the menu.
Whoa.
Wait.
And 3 full entrees.
What?
Wait, hold on. How many appetizers are on the menu? Is there like 2 or?
Like 6 types of hummus, chickpeas and grilled lamb, and I don't even know.
What? Why? Why did she do that?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what the hell? So I ended up asking her, you are really hungry. What's with all the food? And she looks at me and says, well, my kids, first mention of ever hearing that she had kids, have never had Greek food.
Oh, so she's ordering to bring food home to her children.
Yeah, she wants it all boxed up so she can bring it home for them.
And did she make you pay for this entire bill?
Yeah, I was expecting her to at least kick in some money, and she handed me the whole check.
So that's awesome. You bought her kids dinner, and you didn't even intend to. That's very nice of you.
And the whole thing turned out to be $165.
Wow,
Okay.
at a Greek restaurant? That's a lot.
And I just had a salad. That's all I had.
Did you say anything to her about it? I mean, I would hope if I were in that situation, I'd be like, hey, I'll pay for your dinner, but do you mind paying for your kids' dinner?
No, I didn't. I was so flustered at the time. I just paid it.
Okay, is there any way like that she is out of a job, can't afford to feed her children or something?
I don't think so. I don't know why she didn't offer to pay, but it kind of seemed like she was using me and the fact that I like her to get her to pay for dinner.
Girls will do that.
How did the date end with her?
The crazy thing is the date didn't end there. It kept going.
Where did you go next?
She demanded that we get more drinks together at another bar down the street.
Did she take those drinks in to-go cups so she could take those back to the kids too?
I wouldn't be surprised if that did happen.
How long were you hanging out with her after you bought all that food?
Like another hour or two.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Are you just a man who can't say no?
I was so confused inside, but I liked her, so I didn't know what to do. I got very nervous.
So how did it all end then? Like, what was the moment you guys said goodbye to each other?
Well, we're paying for everything, and she starts talking about how all men are just children who are trying to find their mothers.
What?
I don't even know where this came from.
Okay, wait. So the check comes, and that's what she brings up? I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, she starts venting about how all men are just children looking for their mothers.
Interesting.
But why would they not know where their mothers are?
I know where my mom is.
All the men in my life know exactly where
You're
their
telling me. Obviously, the lady has issues. I don't know why she was saying that. And then she gets a text from her babysitter.
Okay.
And the babysitter wants her to come home immediately because she's already an hour or two over, and she leaves me with the bill.
So did she just cut like that? Like she just left right away?
Boom, out of there.
Oh,
All right, so you don't necessarily want a second date. You just want to call her and go, you have to pay for the money that I spent on our date.
Yeah, she stiffed me on 2 bills.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and try to collect your money.
Yeah, thank you. I need to be reimbursed with it.
All right, this should be interesting. We'll do it right after this. Hang on.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Second date update.
As somebody who's gotten a lot of calls from bill collectors in their time, I'm excited to be on the other end of the phone today. So that's pretty much what today's second date update is. We're trying to collect a debt. Evan is on the phone, and in case you missed the first part, he went out on a date with a girl named Chrissy. They went out to a Greek restaurant, and they sat down to order food. She ordered pretty much everything on the menu, and he asked her why, and she said she wanted the extra food to bring home to her kids. 1, she didn't tell him about the kids. 2, she made him pay for all that extra food, and now he wants to call her to tell her that she owes him money.
Yeah.
All right, Evan, are you about ready to make the phone call?
I am.
I forgot to ask Evan, how many kids does she have?
Just 3 kids.
Whoa, that's a big surprise.
She's deep in children.
3 whole children.
What if when we get her on the phone, we can come to some sort of a compromise, like she takes care of the tip? Would you be happy with that?
No, she needs to pay for the whole damn meal.
All right. Well, I'll dial her phone number right now and get her on the phone then. Let's not waste any more time.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is Chrissy there?
Yeah?
Hi, Chrissy. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What?
This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
And you're calling for me?
Yeah, your name's Chrissy, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm calling for you. Did you recently go out on a date with a guy named Evan?
Oh, I did.
Yep.
Okay, did he die?
No, he didn't. Are you hoping that he did?
A death call?
No, this is just like super weird.
You're the Chrissy that I'm looking for. You definitely are. You went out on a date with a guy named Evan, and Evan is a listener to our show.
Okay.
All right. And after your date with Evan, he emailed us, and he wanted to see if we could get you on the phone to talk about something.
Okay, why didn't Evan just call me?
I'm not sure. Maybe he felt like this would be a conversation better for you and I to have.
All right, that sounds pretty dumb, but whatever.
Evan told us about your date.
Yeah?
And he talked about how you guys went out to a Greek restaurant.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah. He said he really enjoyed it. He thought you were really cool.
Cool.
Okay, but he did say there was one problem. Apparently, you ordered a bunch of food.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is the food that you ordered, I guess, was to take home to your kids.
Yeah, Paisley, Brian, and Jack. So what is the problem?
He feels like you sort of wronged him in making him pay for the entire bill, basically buying food for your family.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
This is a joke, right?
No, I'm not. Not at all. He emailed us.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he said he wanted us to call you today to ask you to pay him back for the money that he spent on the extra food.
What?
Yep.
Who wants to deprive children of food? What the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah, but he feels like he was on a date with you, so he didn't have a problem buying your meal. It was just when you ordered.
And it's myself and Paisley and Brian and Jack. Like, that's the deal.
But you gotta understand, he didn't even know you had kids going into this date.
Look, if someone's going to take me out, they have to accept me for who I am, and I am a mother, first and foremost.
Right.
So I don't really understand what the problem is, and I think he's got some balls asking for his money.
So you honestly didn't offer to pay for any of the food that you brought home?
No, I believe in chivalry. Like, open doors, pull out chairs, pay for the check.
Yeah, but paying for your meal is one thing. Paying for extra food so you can bring it home to your kids is another, don't you think?
Excuse me, am I on trial here? What the
No, we're literally just calling so he can get his money back because he feels like you owe him money for that.
Wow, that's pretty pathetic.
Are you? No, is it like you're going through a hard time right now and you just need help?
Hard time? No, I don't need help. What the No, I have a job. My kids have never had great food, so I thought it was a great opportunity to take them some. So really, I don't understand what your problem is.
It's just an interesting situation. I've never heard of anybody ordering extra food for their kids and then making their date pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, then you've never been on a date with me, and that's probably very likely not going to happen.
You sure? I was thinking about asking you out right now.
The thing is, I'm a mother, so my kids are always going to get their meals when they need them. So if I'm going to go out with you, I need to make sure that they are fed. Does he have a problem with that? Of course they're going to come first.
But
he does have a problem with it. Yeah.
Basic manners.
Basic manners? Are you a f***ing woman hater? We're supposed to be on the same side. What are you talking about?
But your reasoning doesn't even make sense because by the time you got home, which apparently you were 1 to 2 hours late for the babysitter, which is rude in and of itself, your kids were long past dinner time.
Excuse me, how the hell do you know all of this?
That's because we talked to him about your date and he told us all that information.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Evan, are you there?
Hey.
Wow. Hey?
I'm
That's
here.
all you have to say? Hey, I'm here.
Chrissy, I'm pretty upset. I'm going to be honest with you. I really want
You
my
know
money
what,
back.
Evan?
Yeah.
It takes a real scumbag to try and take food away from children and complain about what you paid for it.
I didn't know I was paying for 4 people on a 2-person date, though. 5 people.
That's really pathetic, Evan.
What's pathetic is lying about your intentions on our date.
My intentions were clear. I liked you, and I thought you liked me. So
I just didn't know that I was paying so much money for a 2-person date, and I'd really appreciate it if you chipped in. I just think it's crazy to expect me to pay that much.
I think it's crazy that you have to call up a radio station to fight your battles. That's pretty cowardly. What kind of man are you, Evan?
Wow.
I'm a real man.
Oh my God.
Way to state your case there, Evan.
If you were a real man, you would have paid for both bills and then asked me out on another date.
I didn't expect that those dinners would clear me out for the month.
The month? Oh, God, Evan, are you poor?
I'm not poor, but I'm not Warren Buffett either. Your expectations of me are ridiculous, and any guy who's going to accept that doesn't have their head on straight. And I think that you should pay me back part of that dinner, and I think then we will be even.
Oh,
Steven.
poor baby, getting all defensive.
Defensive is one way to put it, but another way to put it is sticking up for myself.
Well, Evan, you're not getting any money from me.
Well, Chrissy, I would like to ask if you go on a second date with Evan. We will pay for it, so Evan doesn't even have to worry about it. Would you go out with Evan again?
The only way I would ever go out with that again is if we agreed up front that he will take me and my children together so I don't have to deal with another radio embarrassment.
At least she's upfront about the deal this time.
Evan, will you take her and her whole family out for dinner again?
Sure, I'll take her, her kids, the Queen of England. I'll take them all out. Everybody on my dime.
That sounds like a really nice date.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, congratulations, you two. I guess you guys are going out again.
Oh, wow.
You're a great man, Evan.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, I thought you were really saying yes. I thought the Queen of England was going to come along and everything. That's sad.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Before we do today's second date, I need a show of hands.
Okay.
If someone reaches out to us and says they technically didn't go on a date with this person, should we still help them?
Yes. I'm saying yes.
Yeah,
Am I the
I'm
only
okay with
one?
helping.
Come on.
no.
Rules, schmools. Let's go.
Just taking the vibe of the room. I'm getting a yes from Alexis. I'm getting a yes-ish from Jose.
No, my hands are all the way down to the ground.
I'm all the way up. I got two of my hands up.
Oh, Brooke's cheating.
Why are
She's
you
using
not
two
counting
hands,
my vote?
Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Brooke's cheating.
If you move both hands, it cancels out. So it's a no from Brooke.
No,
Brooke thinks it's not worth calling unless you've made it to third
I
base.
did not say that.
But it's 3 against 1 here.
The rules.
So let's just go to the
What's
phones.
happening?
Rudy, what's up, man? We're here to help. At least 3 of us are.
Yeah.
What was your vote, Rudy? Is your hand up or down?
I'll take all the help I could get.
Awesome,
All right,
man.
Rudy.
Okay.
I'm the only one rooting for you over here, Rudy.
So I know you
Thank
said
you.
technically you didn't go on a real date with this person, but what's her name?
Well, Allison is mainly.
Mainly.
Usually you just have one.
She's she's got a middle name and a last name too.
Yeah.
So
Her
he
name
wasn't
is-
sure which one to go with.
There was a complicated trifecta happening at one point, which I could get to.
Okay,
Okay, so the name has something to do with it all.
I guess so.
Huh.
Yeah.
Where did you meet Allison at?
So my one friend, Mark, he's like a businessy markety. To tell you the truth, I don't know exactly what he's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
He
fine.
wears a tie to work, and it's in a huge building.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
He works for a big company.
But Mark isn't the guy that we're calling, right?
No.
Okay, so we don't need his whole backstory. Why don't you tell us about Allison or whatever her name was?
Okay, well, he took us to this party anyways, he and our other friend Jeremy, and it was like this really super posh party.
Ooh, fancy.
You know, there's going to be free drinks there. Our friend Jeremy who went with us is a total partier.
Okay, again, we just need to get to you
What about
meeting
your friends?
Allison
Yeah.
at the party.
Okay, I'm just trying to set it up for you. Okay,
All right.
so we go to the party. I feel like we're looking pretty suave, and a couple girls approach us.
Okay.
Is one of these women Allison, or are these completely other
No, that's
women?
my other friend Cassandra. Now I met her.
That'd be
Okay.
a crazy partier as well.
Miss
Yeah.
Allison and her lovely friend Whitney came up to us, and they
Okay.
asked us if we were waiters.
Oh.
Ouch. Oh, that hurts so
that
bad.
has happened to Jose before. Didn't it
Yeah.
happen once?
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Well, I asked if we looked like waiters, and I thought we looked like the guys in Pulp Fiction, so I thought we were looking more that vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Same with me, like Brooke said. You wear a black button up, everyone thinks you're a server.
Yeah.
Come on, this is a nice shirt.
Okay.
I think they were mainly just trying to break the ice and flirt with us. And,
Oh, that'd be smart, kind of.
I
Like
mean,
playful.
Maybe.
and they were cool. They were funny. We were making them laugh. They were making us laugh. We had a good thing going on.
Oh, okay.
Good,
So you
good.
guys started hanging out after the whole waiter debacle.
Yes, exactly. So there was this auction they were going to have to auction this $5,000 bottle of wine or whatever it was off, you know.
Whoa.
And they were saying, if we win this bottle, you guys have to come share it with us. So they were definitely putting it out there.
Oh, dang.
And then, you know, the DJ started up. It was all 80s music. We were all dancing together. And I don't mean to be like bragging, but
I'm pretty sure both the girls were into me at this point.
Both of them.
What makes you say that?
Yeah.
Just the way we were dancing, and, I felt like a bit of a pinball at one point in the dance line, if you know what I mean.
What was the way? What do you mean, the way you were dancing?
Well, I was in the middle, and I felt like I was kind of getting knocked back and forth a little bit.
Oh, it's like an Allison sandwich with whatever her friend
With
was
Whitney.
named.
Her friend isn't Whitney. But then Allison pulled me to the side at one point, and we were kind of soloing, so I kind of inched her towards the darkness a little bit, and...
You want to go to the dark corner with me?
Where nobody can see or hear you.
Well, we were trying to find a little bit of privacy. It was going that direction.
Okay.
I mean, this is like part business, like party and part middle school dance.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like.
Well, the throwback 80s was, it did feel like a different time, but...
Okay.
Speaking of that, When Doves Cry came on, and she pulls me in, and we start going at it.
Oh,
Is Doves Cry a song?
Did you ask if it's a song?
Yeah.
Alexis Prince.
It's an 80s song, so...
I know Prince.
You don't know Prince
I
if you don't know When Doves Cry.
It's a really famous song from the 80s, very romantic. So she pulled you in to kiss during that.
Yes, and it was very hot. It would look like a Prince video.
Nice.
You're wearing all purple. You got a ruffled shirt on.
You're like, oh, my eye makeup is running. Oh, my mascara.
So did something bad happen after this? Like, why?
No, that's why. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. That's why I'm calling you guys, because after that wine auction was over, I went back. I couldn't find Allison, and I found her friend Whitney, and she said Allison had left, but she gave me Allison's phone number.
Okay.
That's a good wing woman.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She just left?
Yeah, and I texted Allison, and we had a back and forth, but then suddenly she just ghosted, stopped responding.
Oh, interesting. I mean, at first I thought that maybe Whitney gave you the wrong number or something, but if you actually talked to her.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else from the night that you think could have been a red flag for her?
Not that I can remember.
Was she like super wasted?
No.
Were you super wasted?
I enjoyed maybe 2 drinks at the beginning of the night, but we were dancing. By the time I got the phone number, I'd sweat it all out.
Okay.
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 Did you end up winning that $5,000 bottle of wine?
No.
Well, see,
nobody did. Maybe that was part of the problem.
maybe there it is. They said we only want the people that can afford this.
I feel that.
All right, Rudy. Well, let's play a song. We'll come back, call Allison, and then we'll try and get you your second date, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm sorry to bring back bad memories with this song, Rudy, but I decided to play my When Doves Cry instrumental that I made on my old Retrosonic synthwave keyboard that I have at home.
That's why it sounds like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But the reason I'm playing it is because Rudy kissed a woman named Allison that he met at a recent charity event while this song was playing in the background.
Yeah.
And by the time the night was over, Allison had already taken off. Luckily, Rudy got her number from one of her friends who was still hanging out there. And so we're about to call Allison because she's been kind of slow, kind of spotty responding to Rudy's text. Rudy, how you feeling, man?
That song was too soon, to be honest.
Too soon. Oh, buddy. Did you ever even get a chance to ask Allison out again?
I tried to. That was the no response part. I think that might have been where we left.
That's tough.
Okay.
I just completely don't understand it. Like, even while we were texting, I felt chemistry, and I definitely felt the chemistry that night when we were dancing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the worst.
So you went to that dark corner.
Well, let's figure out what's going on, man. We're going to call Allison. We'll try and get you your second date. Are you ready?
I am. I'm ready.
All right, man. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Allison?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, my name's Jeff from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh, I don't understand. What is this?
This is a radio show.
Yep.
And we do a segment called A Second Date. That's also what this is.
Oh.
Okay. Have you ever heard it before?
No, I haven't at all.
Okay. I was a little more hopeful, but that's fine.
At all? Not even once?
Well, you should definitely go to my Instagram at It's Young Jeffrey and you'll find a little bit of information about our show on
Yeah,
there.
he posts once a year.
A very small amount of information, but quality.
Maybe the link to our website. We're legit though. We're not some weirdos. We
We're
do
not
this all the
that
time.
legit,
No,
though.
we are weirdos.
Okay, well just
Anyway, this is called a second date. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to them for you to help you figure out the reason why.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay?
okay.
Well,
this is good.
yeah.
Somebody likes you. They want to see you again.
Exactly. And that person's name's Rudy.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to do this.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember Rudy then from the party?
Yeah. I feel bad. I think he's probably a really nice guy. This is just my friend's fault for giving out my number.
Oh, you didn't want Rudy to have your number?
Are you in a relationship or something?
No, the whole thing's really weird. It's kind of a long story.
We have time. That's actually perfect timing.
Well, we don't have too much time,
Yeah.
but why don't we tell you what we know? And then you
Okay.
can fill in the blanks, okay?
Okay, perfect.
So we know that you met Rudy and a couple of his friends at a charity event, and you guys hung out for a while, shared some cocktails. You guys were talking about bidding on an expensive bottle of wine together, and you ended up dancing, and you and Rudy shared a nice little kiss.
Well, we shared a kiss. That is true.
Oh my God! It was like
Took
a
out the nice
moment for
little-
him. He even knew what song was playing when you guys were kissing.
Yeah.
It was When Doves Cry. Do you remember that?
I remember it was a slow song.
Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't as magical maybe for you as it was for him.
There were like no sparks lit for me. It was
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I was hoping for something a little easier.
literally
than
the
that.
opposite
Yeah.
of what you said.
Why didn't you like him?
okay. This is really bad, so please don't judge me.
no.
But so me and my friend were at this thing, and it was really boring. And at the start of the night, we saw this group of guys, and I don't know how we came up with the idea, but basically we chose the one that was like the most medium attractive of the group and had a bet of like who could get him to kiss them first.
Most medium.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I know it's really bad. I didn't think I'd have to tell anybody about it, obviously. So
I know.
Yeah.
I think it sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
it was fun. It was definitely fun. It was really messed up. It's not something I would want to like admit to having done, but it made the night way more interesting for sure.
Yeah. And so Rudy was the guy.
Yeah, so we were both kind of just like flirting and being a little competitive, and then like during a slow song I was kind of able to sneak away with him. And
Oh, I see.
This all makes sense.
Yeah.
This is why he was
Yeah.
saying, like, they both seemed kind of into me.
Yeah.
Which I can't believe he was reading that right. I thought he was totally off base. Like, oh, of course, some guy always thinks that
I thought they were like
multiple
pushing him
women-
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I understand it started as a bet. Was there anything maybe that was between you two?
like I said, there weren't any sparks. So yeah, I kissed him, and then it was kind of like I got my $20 and I just left to avoid the awkwardness.
Oh man. So it's
makes
messed
sense.
up that your friend Whitney gave him your number.
Yeah, I feel like she did it just to mess with me. Like, I don't know what she thought was happening. It feels like she was just trying to mess with me. Like, she was mad she lost her $20.
Do you realize how well that
buddy.
worked? Like, now you're on a radio show. Your friend trolled you to the utmost degree. Like, you
this
got on
poor
the radio.
guy.
Yeah, she owes me more than $20.
Yeah.
Well, Allison, as
this
much
is
as I
uncomfortable.
appreciate you sharing that with all of us,
Ugh.
this is about to get a little bit more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I need to let you know that Rudy's been on the other line listening this entire time.
Oh my God, no, I feel so bad.
Yeah, he wants to talk
Oh,
to
that's really bad. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's not great.
you. Rudy, there.
Wow. I thought this usually happens to bad guys. What?
Oh, buddy.
You're not a bad
Don't
guy.
be upset.
You're a medium guy,
She
according to Allison.
Medium attractive. Apparently, it felt like you were much more than medium attracted to me. And whether it started as a bet, it felt like there was sparks to me. Better no bet. I mean,
Girls are really good at faking it, bro.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I mean, it's not like I honestly even gave you a chance because I was just really. This sounds mean. We were just really bored, and I was just kind of looking for something to do, and it was just like a competitive thing. And so I'm
you were
sorry.
bored, then you weren't bored when you were hanging out with us. You were having a good time. So
Hey.
yeah, you
That's a
started.
good
I
point.
did. I did. I appreciate you guys being fun, and I did have a good time. That's definitely true.
Well, maybe you should give me a chance to show you a totally different situation. You approach it differently just to hang out and see if you have a good time with no bed and no pressure from your friend and no $20.
Hold on, slow down, brother.
So, wait, I think that's kind of cool because, I mean, listen to this guy. He could be irate with you right now. He could be calling you names. He could be really angry. And instead, he's pretty understanding and pretty chill about it. Like,
I'm an understanding guy. I'm a sensitive, nice guy.
yeah, I mean, honestly, Rudy, it's an impressive response.
Yeah, just even keel, not too hot, not too cold, average Rudy.
Stop it, Jeffrey.
It's a good thing, is what we're saying.
Allison, I just think that, like, maybe there's something there if you actually did what he said and gave it a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really bad. I feel like I probably owe you that much.
Yeah, and
Don't do a pity date.
I think Rudy's fine with that.
is it possible that Whitney gave Rudy your number because she felt like there was a connection there?
I definitely didn't think about that until now. I mean, it's possible.
Dude, listen, I'm all for love, okay? I love that. But this is probably the first time I've ever said this. Why do you want to go out with her, bro? She just rejected you. You look thirsty now, dog. She's like, I don't like him. It was a game. And you're like, well, let's do it again.
Medium guys
Like,
are a little thirsty. That's okay.
Medium guys.
Maybe I'm a hopeless romantic, but I really felt something there, and I feel it's worth trying to get a second chance.
It's possible that Allison was so focused on her winnings of $20 that the money just blinded her to what was really there.
100%. That's 100% what could have happened. I'm like an intensely competitive person.
See,
Wow.
I didn't think of it that way.
I know. I never thought that line was going to work, but since it did.
How about this? I bet you will have a good time if you go on a second date.
Are you seeing her 20 and raising her 20? Are we doubling down? What are we doing?
That's right.
I'm doubling down.
In fact, if you say yes to that, Allison, then we will offer to pay for that date.
There we go.
Okay, I would definitely do that.
You are making so much money hanging out with this guy.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a yes?
Yeah, it's a yes.
Yeah.
You won't be sorry.
Look at that. Magic is in the air. Prince has entered the building once again. Congratulations, Rudy.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Oh my God. I didn't think this was going to turn out
I didn't think so
cute.
either. In fact, I'm feeling a little bit tempted to kiss somebody here.
Who's the most medium of the bunch?
Yeah, I know.
Jose, step on up.
Rudy, I love you.
I love you, too.
Prince really does work magic.
Every time.
When you think of some of the greatest love stories of all time, you might think of The Notebook, or Romeo and Juliet, or Rose and Jack from Titanic.
Yeah.
Well, all those stories had one common thing. Puke.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure puke was the one common factor in all those love stories.
That's why he ended up off the door.
And we have another amazing pukey love story today from Samantha, who's on the phone. She wants to call a dude named Corey. They actually met at a party. He came up to her and asked her to slap him in the face. And she finally did. And then he was like, oh, thank you. I guess I'm not dreaming. So it was a very long way to get to a corny pickup line, but it worked. And then they hung out a couple times. But the last time they hung out, she got a little too drunk and ended up puking outside of his car while he was taking her home. And he hasn't really been responsive since. So she thinks that's the reason he's not calling her back. All right, Samantha, are you ready to call Corey and see what's up?
I'm ready.
It's hard to believe that a guy who would ask you to hit him, that puke would be his deal breaker.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that happened while you were drunk that you can't remember?
Maybe I said or did something weird. I don't know.
You were pretty drunk enough to puke outside of the car. You might not remember saying something weird.
Exactly.
Well, we'll all find out together then.
Let's hope.
Yeah, I'm going to dial his phone number right now, okay? Here we go.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Corey?
Speaking?
Hey, Corey, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
How are you today?
I'm doing all right.
I'm sorry, you said this is a radio show?
Yep, and I'm calling you today because one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
Okay, is this a prank phone call?
No, it's not. We do a segment on our show called The Second Date. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. So we got an email from a girl named Samantha who you went out with a little while ago.
I mean, I went out with a girl named Samantha, not sure why she's emailing a radio station and you guys are calling me.
This would be the Samantha that puked outside of your car when you're taking her home?
Yeah, no, that one's hard to forget. The girl who puked outside of my car.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was like a couple of Samanthas you went out with. There was like the normal Samantha, and then there's the puke Samantha. We're talking about the puke Samantha.
Yeah, no, I put that together.
You're quick.
She emailed us because she told us about your date. She said she had a good time, but it's obvious that you don't want to go out with her again, and she's wondering why.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to go out with her again. That was a bit of a crazy night. She was definitely a lot of fun, and then, a little bit less fun, mostly puking out of my car. She was a champ. She got about 90% of it outside of my car. But no, that wasn't why I hadn't been getting back to her.
I knew it.
I do like her. We did ultimately have fun, and she was pretty cool and everything. It's
Well,
just...
if you don't like her, then why not give her another shot to do something else in your car?
Well, generally not opposed. It's just that I screwed up, and now just isn't a good time for another relationship. And
you screwed up.
Wait a minute. Were you cheating? Was she like a side piece and she didn't know it?
No. I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship. She wasn't my number two.
So you're single then?
Yeah, just most all of my time is taken up right now, and I really shouldn't be starting another full-time thing right now.
Wait, so you're not in a relationship, but all your time is taken up?
Yeah, I just timed this wrong because it's fantasy football season.
What?
Okay.
What does that have to do with... I don't get what that would have to do with timing.
Well, I'm like a semi-pro fantasy football player. I'm a member of 6 different leagues. It's all very high-stakes money stuff.
Is that a thing? You could call yourself a semi-pro
Yeah,
fantasy
I didn't even know
football
there were
player?
like professional fantasy players. But
Do you like fantasy is in the name because it's not real, man.
Well, I mean, it's real. It's a game. I play it, but I also make a significant amount of money doing it.
Whoa.
Like, how much are we talking? Like, this sets you up for a month, a year?
I made $500 profit last year, not counting league fees, and that was a pretty sizable take for me.
Sorry, I gotta interrupt. You're blowing me off for fantasy football? For $500?
What?
Yeah, it's Samantha.
yeah, Corey, sorry. Samantha's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, and I guess just couldn't wait. She heard $500. I think it probably perked her ears up.
Like, I didn't know I was dating a man with money.
That kind of pisses me off. That, like, for $500 that you might win in a game, you don't want to spend time with me?
It's not just about the money. I love doing it. This is my recreational activity. I mean, I spend hours and hours watching game footage and a number of different online resources that do
Okay, but, like,
news and breakdowns.
why can't you still date me and still do that?
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, why can't you have a girlfriend and have fantasy football? Millions of people do it.
I've tried to do stuff like that in the past, and it never works out.
Oh.
A lot of girls that I go out with say they understand, say they get it, say that it's not a big deal. But by the time it's week 6 and Antonio Brown goes down with a leg injury and I'm freaking the hell out and I'm just looking for support and comfort, and you're like, what do you mean your little electronic man hurts me and you don't understand? I have to swap out these layers before.
Oh, wow.
It makes it really difficult to maintain a relationship.
Okay, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to just put your phone away if it was bothering me. Like, I would think you would prioritize the living person sitting in front of you over your fantasy players.
Yeah.
Eventually I would, but this is the issue, all right? I made a mistake. When I saw you that night at the party, I knew that the season was starting in 3 weeks, and I should have known better than to approach you and try to start something up knowing that I wouldn't be available, and I apologize for that.
Okay.
I've heard enough.
Well, he's trying to be responsible.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
at least he's like trying to think ahead to be like, I don't want to cause Samantha frustration when I start getting into fantasy football season and all my time is taken up.
Yeah, and Samantha, I did enjoy it. And this is good for you. You don't have to put up with me doing all of my statistical analysis and you're watching all the games and everything. This takes the burden off of your shoulders. Then, trust me, by the second week in February, I am ready to hang out.
But Corey, why would she want to hang out with you? You're just going to have to dump her again next football season.
Yeah, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Like, honestly, this is just stupid.
See, girls never understand. I knew that you wouldn't be able to understand how important this is.
I mean, I understand. Like, I've dated guys that have played fantasy football before, but, like, it didn't take up their whole lives, like an obsession. Like, they still made time for me.
Well, maybe they just weren't fully committed.
I guess not.
Well, it just seems like, Corey, like, this is your hobby, and that's great. But your passion is bordering on obsession.
No.
You're stopping the rest of your life to play fantasy football.
Seriously, it's a computer game. Like, it does not matter in, like, the scope of life.
Excuse me, all right? It does matter, all right? This is my passion. This is what I'm into. If I were a fantastic painter and I was like, I have to step away so that I can paint this, travel to paint this magnificent vista and put it on canvas, would you be like, painting doesn't matter? They are the same thing. It's what I do for fun, and it's what I do for money. If I said, baby, I have to go to my second job, and you were like, you can't go to your second job because that means you're not with me. Like, it was $500. It could be more than double that this time.
It sounds like you guys are actually having the argument right now. It sounds like you're almost in a relationship.
Listen, girlfriends come and go, but fantasy's always been there for me.
I'm really happy for you.
I've never had a relationship that lasted longer than my first fantasy football league, which I'm still in.
Okay.
Ooh, wow.
Wow, how long has that been, Corey?
We've been doing this for 12 years.
Wow.
Dang, that's a long time.
That is
Congratulations on that long-term relationship. Corey, I still have to ask the question. Would you like to go out with Samantha again on a second date? We will pay for it.
It won't be on a Sunday.
You know what? Don't even bother, because I was feeling like it was my fault. But now that I know what it is, honestly, I am not interested in the second date.
What about in February?
Yeah.
We'll do it right between like when fantasy football ends and then fantasy baseball starts up.
Oh, no.
Come on. Fantasy baseball is a joke for losers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got it wrong, Corey. You're not a fantasy baseball dork.
Whoa, man, losers.
He's a real man.
Yeah.
We've been doing second dates for a long time, and we've heard a lot of corny, cheesy pickup lines. But today's involved violence, and that's why I'm into it. Corny and violent, I'm definitely down. I want to hear about it. And that's why Samantha is on the phone. She wants to do a second date today. What's up, Samantha? How are you?
I'll be better once we get this figured out.
Oh, my God. Are you the violent one in this situation?
No. Well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said no, but I read your email. It sounds like you were the violent one.
Oh, I like how she laughs at it. Like, oh, I mean, yeah.
Well, it's okay. I'll just tell you what happened. So I met this guy named Corey at a house party, and the way we met was pretty weird. He came up to me. I didn't know him. He was like, hey, can you do me a big favor? And I was like, okay, what is it? And he was just like, can you just slap me in the face as hard as you can?
What?
Whoa.
He just came up to you out of the blue and asked you to slap him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like I was like, is this some sort of like weird kinky thing? It's like, I was so confused.
Dude, did you just pull back and do it, or did you tell him no?
No, I was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he was like, no, like, I'm not going to be mad at you. I promise, like, you'd be really helping me out if you would just slap me in the face.
Why did he want you to slap him in the face?
Well, after I kept being no, like, finally I was like, okay, and then I slapped him, and then he was just like, oh, thank you so much. Now I know I'm not dreaming. You are real.
Oh,
wow.
my God.
What?
Yeah, see, that's what I meant.
Dude,
Corny
that is-
pickup line, but at least it involved a slap in the
Hey,
face.
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
That is a lot of work.
So much.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, and that's why I liked him. I thought that was actually pretty funny and
Oh, my God. How hard did you hit him?
pretty hard.
It would have been awesome if you just knocked him out.
Yeah.
And he would have never been able to deliver that line.
It's like, that's not how I planned it.
He was kind of really starting to annoy me, so I just really went for it when I hit him.
Oh, my God. So, wait, did you guys hang out that night, or did you go on a date later?
Well, we continued talking that night, but then we did end up getting coffee the next weekend.
Was there any slapping or hitting involved in that?
No, not that time.
Okay. How was coffee with him then?
I was having a good time. I think he was, but then he did have somewhere he had to be. So we only hung out for maybe like an hour.
But that's kind of a long time for coffee.
Yeah, it was okay. And then we did end up actually going out a second time after that.
Oh, good.
So this is like a third date update for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was the second date that wasn't that great, I guess.
What happened then? What'd you guys do?
We went and we got drinks, and I don't know. I guess I got a little too comfortable. I ended up getting pretty drunk.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look. So I asked him to give me a ride home because it got to the point where, I wouldn't have been able to drive. I was pretty drunk. So on the way home, I could tell I was going to get sick.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So, I told him, it was coming, and I was like, pull over, and there wasn't really time. So at a red light, I just kind of opened the door and, leaned out the car.
Oh, geez.
So you puked. Did you get any in his car?
No. I'm at least really careful about that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, I feel like you can recover as long as you didn't puke inside his car.
Yeah.
Unless he's an Uber driver, because I think they get money if you puke in there. He might have actually liked that.
He should have fined you.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's why I haven't heard back from him. I texted him the next day, I'm so embarrassed, I'm so sorry, that shouldn't have happened. I'd really like to see you again. And he does respond to me occasionally, but it's just pretty clear he's not trying to actually hang out with me anymore.
Yeah, you slapped him in the face and then puked in his car.
Not a
sort
good look.
Sort of, yeah.
He asked for one of those
That's
things.
true. He did ask for the smack.
I know I obviously messed up, but I feel like we had a really good connection, and I deserve a second chance.
Would you give him a second chance if he was the one that had puked?
Honestly, drunk people are stupid. They do stupid things.
Yeah.
I would say if I got that messed up again, that would be one thing. But I feel like anybody can screw up one time.
All right, we'll play a song.
Sometimes it's possible that you can end up on a date that you never even meant to have happen. You know?
Okay.
Like 1 second, you think you're just having a good time out with friends.
Yeah.
And you turn around and boom, suddenly it's a date.
That actually happened to my girlfriend, and she ended up marrying the guy. I swear to God, she called me the next day, and she's like, Brooke, I think I was on a date with Alejandro last night, but I'm not sure.
That's actually how Brooke tricked her husband into a marriage. She's like, here, put on this tux and hold these flowers. It'll be fun. And then next thing he knows, boom, he's riding a camel. He's saying, I do, signing legal documents.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
People don't understand the camel. He did ride a camel.
It's a real thing.
Every groom needs an entrance, just like a bride.
Sure,
Okay.
okay. Well, something similar happened with one of our listeners named Penny. She says she went out on a date that she never intended on having. But I guess she had a pretty good time because she's reached out to us for help. So let's find out more about it.
Good, pleasant surprise.
Hey, Penny, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
I love these stories because, I don't know, it's just one of those things. It's like when you least expect it, it happens, And this is when it's actually true and not just annoying advice from your friends that are in a relationship.
So what's the name of the guy that you met?
His name is Wes.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said it in a way that you really like Wes.
I do. I do like Wes.
How'd you meet him?
I met him on a dating app, which, normal, right? But
Oh.
here's the thing, my friends and I, we made a fake profile. The picture was me. We weren't catfishing, but we made my bio as ridiculous as possible, right?
Oh, I've heard of this.
Oh.
Like where it's
So
like you're almost
stupid.
just being funny the whole time and sarcastic.
And to see if you match with anyone.
What were some of the examples?
For example, we had must like music about chickens.
Called
Chickens.
The chicken dance?
Okay. I can't think of a lot of those songs.
No.
Me neither.
Yeah, very niche, right? And then we had into extreme ironing.
Extreme ironing.
So ironing while you're rock climbing.
Oh,
This
okay.
is ridiculous, right? So
I mean, yeah, if I'm a
It's
single
pretty
guy,
funny.
Sure, but if I'm a single guy, I'm swiping left on that account.
Yeah.
You're not.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're actually looking for a relationship, unless you see it and you're like, actually, this girl doesn't take herself too seriously and she's pretty funny.
Maybe, yeah, if you get the joke.
Or there's that one guy that just loves chicken songs out there, and he's like, oh, my soulmate.
He's like,
Maybe that's who Wes was.
Maybe.
Chicken guy.
Exactly. Well, so that's the thing. I didn't expect anyone to match with me. Wes matched with me, and like he seemed really cool. So like he asked me out on a date, and it was actually a really cool date. We went horseback riding.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
wow.
he's stuck with the farm animal theme
Yeah.
that you had set up.
Did you do any extreme ironing on the horse?
No, nothing like that happened. But something concerning the horse happened.
Oh. What does that mean?
Yeah, so it was going well. Some good banter, good conversation, right? And then all of a sudden, slowly, like the horse wasn't like galloping or anything, but he just kind of fell off the horse.
Oh, my God.
You can like break bones doing that.
You can break your spirit doing that on a first date. That is so embarrassing.
Oh, my God. What did you do?
Well, so, of course, I'm like, are you okay? Do you need help? And he's like, oh, no, I'm fine. It was a pretty, like, slow fall. And he got back on the horse.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that. The saying's true.
There it is.
Look at that.
Exactly.
So did he make fun of himself or was he humiliated?
Oh, no, he just kind of, like, laughed a little bit. Yeah, he was like, oh, time to get back on the horse.
Okay.
Okay.
So he found the lightness in the situation.
Thankfully.
Yeah, no, it ended up not being a big deal.
Okay. What happened after that?
So we finished our date, and he drove me home, and he, like, gave me a kiss at the end of the night, which was great. Like, I thought we had a good date. So we text a little bit, but it's not a lot. And, like, he hasn't called me or anything, and I can just tell something is not the same, just in the way that we're interacting. So that's why I called you guys.
Oh, the vibes off.
Dating now is terrible. Like, you had a perfect time. He kissed you. Like, what more else could you want? And then you still aren't getting a call back.
Little chicken dance action. Didn't hear about that.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you've had some time to think about this since your date. What's going on in your head? What do you think may have gone wrong?
I mean, all I can really think of is maybe he was just really playing it cool with the horse thing, and he's really, like, embarrassed about it. Or maybe he really loves niche chicken music, and the fact that I didn't bring it up during the date. Maybe that's the deal breaker. I don't know.
That would be amazing if that was it.
Is there any chance that when he fell off the horse, it was because you pushed him off?
No!
Wow.
No, I was not even close enough to him.
I mean, if you could produce any tapes to verify if that's true.
Come on. Come on.
I'm just saying crazier things have happened on these second dates.
Okay, that's fair. But when I carry around a camcorder, I'm taping him. Come on.
Yeah, that'd be creepy.
You could shoot video on your phone nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even Brooke knows that.
Just saying.
She's like, do I need to get a boomstick
Yeah.
and a full studio
It
here?
couldn't hurt. But anyway,
Exactly. I have my boom guy behind me. He's actually the one who pushed him, so.
well, let's try and get to the bottom of this. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Wes for you and try and get you your second date, okay?
Thank you.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in, we're on the phone with the world's biggest extreme ironing, chicken song loving enthusiast named Penny. Which is weird because we've already had 2 of those on our show earlier this week. Penny's by far the bigger fan, though.
Good point, Jeffrey.
She recently made a joke dating profile with some of her friends and filled it with a bunch of random funny hobbies and actually matched with a guy named Wes.
Desperate must be.
The 2 of them went out horseback riding together and had a really good time, even though Wes apparently fell off his horse. They still shared a kiss at the end of the night, but now Wes has fallen off more than just the horse. He's fallen off completely.
Yeah, there it is.
Other than a few texts here and there, of course.
Right.
But we need to call him and get to the bottom of his mysterious disappearance.
Part of me thinks he got way more hurt than you think. And he may still be dealing with, like, some back
Like
stuff.
whiplash or something.
no.
He may be in a brace. Who knows?
That would be
awful.
Was the kiss at the end of the night, did you taste blood?
Oh, geez.
I'm just saying, if there was like a metallic thing happening, then maybe that's a good indicator.
I did not, but that doesn't mean he wasn't internally bleeding.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's good news.
Yeah.
Good news.
Okay.
I mean, I want to get to the bottom of this for you. Like, he should give you another chance.
Totally.
Unless he just wanted to hook up, but if he wanted to hook up, you don't go horseback riding.
No.
That is so much.
Yeah, I just,
So much.
Sore after.
Yeah.
I just felt like there was good chemistry on both ends, and I really liked him. Like, if I did something stupid, like, I want to know.
Yeah.
He liked Tinder you, so I guess you just have to see if he liked you.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, let's find out. I'm going to dial his number, and we're going to get your second date. You ready?
Okay, yes, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Wes?
Speaking.
Hey, Wes. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Good.
That's good.
Who's it? Who's that?
Hi, Wes. We're all here.
What's up, Wes?
Yeah, that's Brooke. You also heard Jose, and we are
Hi.
the group that makes up the morning radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Yeah, Alexis is here too.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. Sorry, Wes. But
Mentally she's not, but physically.
We're a radio show, Wes.
yeah.
I get that, but why are you calling me?
Oh, man. The laughs don't stop with you, do they, Wes?
Well, we do a segment on our show called A Second Date. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and have us reach out to that person for you to help you figure out the reason why.
Okay.
Okay?
Is that person me?
Well, you're the person that's not calling the other person back.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was not very well
It
explained.
is. And I'm the person that's calling the person on behalf of
No.
the other person to see.
Just get to the point, Jeffrey.
No, that's good. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But no, the girl that emailed us about you, her name's Penny. Yes.
Okay.
Is that I remember Penny or?
Wow.
No, I remember Penny.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you purposely not getting back to her?
I mean, we've been in correspondence every once in a while.
Yeah. But the vibe she's getting says you're not very interested.
The word correspondence says not really interested.
Pretty hot.
That's not funny.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not that funny, bro. So
Okay.
should have warned
See,
you.
that was Alexis's joke. That's why I just
That's
pounded her.
why, yeah, we don't count her.
Okay.
Turn her mic off.
If you really want to know, to be honest with you, I think I liked her a lot more before we met.
Oh, when you were texting?
Why?
Well, I'll be, on her, page where we met online. I'm sure she filled you in on that, and her profile page.
She told us a little bit about it.
Well, it seemed really adventurous, and I thought, why don't we have a fun time and do one of the things that is on her list and go horseback riding?
Wait. Wes, you didn't think that her profile was funny?
I mean, it had elements of humor.
Okay. I mean,
corresponding elements.
She told us about like the extreme ironing.
I thought that was great. I've never even heard of that. I would be into that.
Oh.
Okay.
She talked about it on the surfboard. How do you even do that?
I don't know.
It's really hard.
That's a good question.
I guess that's why they call it extreme.
I don't know if I want to ask about the chicken songs.
Yeah, she said.
That's true.
Oh, it's fantastic. I racked my brain for hours trying to think of one.
What'd you come up with? What'd you like, Farmer in the Dell? Where were you at?
Well, growing up, I used to listen to some Southern hip hop, and there's an old school hip hop song that had, something.
Oh, Chicken Head. I love that song. Boy, chicken, boy, chicken head.
Is that real?
It's real great. It's awesome. We'll play it. We'll twerk it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, well.
So, anyway, one of the things that she had on there was reverse horseback riding, which if you've ever seen any movie that involves people shooting on horses, it's a common thing. I said, I want to learn how to do that. So, it's something that she likes to do. She was horseback riding. And then I go and try it, and then I fall off the horse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you fell off the horse.
This is a lot.
I was in transition.
Okay.
Holy fell.
Pieces are coming together now.
You thought that she was being serious about all those hobbies.
Who would put that on a profile?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wes, I am so sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's a cruel world.
Wes,
Penny?
yeah, that's Penny. I should have told you. She's been on the other line listening, and she wants to talk to you. Yeah.
Wes, I am so sorry. I never thought someone would think any of that was real. I thought it was so over the top, like so ridiculous. I am so sorry.
It was so extreme. I thought it was great.
Oh, I feel so bad.
So, wait, are you also saying that you don't do news rating?
No, I made that up.
What's news rating?
It's when you find out where news stations are going to hold newscasts and you go and you pop in the background.
Oh.
So you're trying to get on TV.
Instead of a police raid, it's a news raid.
I would love to do that with you.
It was just a joke. I'm so sorry. Same with the backwards horse riding. That was just a joke. Oh my God, I feel so badly.
You feel badly? How do you think I feel? You know, I see this great profile with something. This person sounds amazing. Didn't even do any of them.
But Penny, you completely duped him.
No,
you basically catfished him.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
I did not think it was possible, but I am so sorry, Wes.
Dude, I think I think the important thing that you should concentrate on is not whether or not she loves songs about chickens. It's that you actually liked her. You kissed her at the end of the night. She said you guys seemed to have a real chemistry when you were forward horseback riding.
That's not funny.
I'm not trying to be funny.
I think she's
Wes.
being sincere there. Like, aside from all the quirky hobbies, don't you feel like you guys shared an honest connection?
I mean, yeah, we shared a connection, you know, but the whole time that we're there, I'm anticipating her just jumping on the horse backwards and us riding off into the sunset together.
Well, I mean, the reverse horse stuff can still happen, just on a later date.
I mean, have you ever done that? Have you ever ridden a horse backwards?
No, but I'd be willing to learn.
Hey, she'll try.
I mean, I know a lot of our second dates end with reverse cowgirl, but this is the first one that's ever ended with reverse horseback.
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe we can try both. I don't know.
Hey.
That's the spirit.
There we go. So with that being
He's all
said,
loosened up now.
Wes, we would love to send you and Penny out on another date, and we'll pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, now that she's come clean and everything, and you know, I'm willing to give it a try.
Oh, look at that.
All right. Well, there you go. Successful second date. Congratulations, Penny.
I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
And I think there's only one fitting way to end this call.
I hope you're thinking what I'm thinking.
I think so.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What?
Congratulations, Penny.
Song's okay, but overall, that's not funny.
Of course not.